Hello there. I'm Trevor, and in this episode of Somewhere in the Middle, we're going to watch the first trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps. That's right. Come along as I give you guys my first reactions of this trailer. Let's go. Okay, we know why we're here. You clicked the video to see my reaction of the Fantastic Four First Steps official teaser. I have the video all queued up. Let's hit play. Let's see what Marvel has in store for us for our first Marvel family, right? As a family guy, I'm a little excited about this. Also a little nervous because, we know the track record of Fantastic Four. That was Fox, though. So, okay. Regardless of that, let's hit play. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
A little bit of zip.
Before it went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible.
Bishop's right.
Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here. Yeah. Best looking he is.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny. But I'm right here. Whatever life throws at us, we will face it together.
Carlos Red. New York. Whoa. Yo, whoa. All right, so just right out of the gate, start off with a positive. Whoa. That looks cool. That looks fun. I really like, my number one takeaway right out of the gate, I like how human they made the thing look. Not like the animation, but like the eyes. And they went right out of their way. The first thing that you hear the thing talk about is like food. And, if you know that actor, you know that he's on The Bear. And of course, he's played a great role in a restaurant setting. So those things tie together. But that thing right there, like tasting the food and saying he wants to add a little zip, immediately made him more human than any of the other Fantastic Four movies that I've seen. It's just like an immediate, like, oh, this guy's going to have that human side. They really tried to do that human side thing in the last Fantastic Four, and it just didn't work. Not at all, in my opinion. But this looks cool. This looks cool. So immediate reaction is awesome. I'm excited for this like backwards future. Like it's the future of Marvel, but then we're going into the past and we're going to see, this like 60s, 70s vibe of the Fantastic Four, the first Marvel family coming about. So that's really cool. I'm excited for that. This is a perfect tease to get fans hyped, and especially people that may have been like, I don't know, Fantastic Four kind of a thing. The look of everyone is great. Obviously, we're going to have some form of origin in there. I'm not really sure how that's going to all work out, but it's sort of there in the sense that like you see the progression of like when they started going to space to what's happened to them. And then getting into the big piece, of course, we see that there he is at the end there, right? Galactus. You see the ginormous head. We're not getting a storm like we did in the other movies. Or the other, wasn't that Silver Surfer? And that being said, aren't we getting a female version of the Silver Surfer in this movie? There's no scene of that. Nothing of that is teased. I did like seeing old New York at the time. This gives us a context that the Avengers attack in the first movie, right? The first Avengers, anyways, is not the first attack New York has experienced when it comes to world ending type things. Okay, so some time has passed. I watched the trailer on my lunch break, recorded my reaction. My next period showed up, and of course, my students started asking me if I've seen the Fantastic Four First Steps trailer, teaser trailer. And I said, yeah, of course, who hasn't, right? Blah, blah, blah. Anyone that is interested in this stuff has watched it at this point. And he said, Mr. S, I have a theory. I think that they are not in the sacred timeline. They are in another timeline, and Galactus is going to win. And my brain went, wait, you might be onto something. And I completely spaced the fact that, fact check, Kevin Feige did say that this is not the sacred timeline, that this is not an origin story, and they are in a different universe. So the fact that Galactus may actually win, he may actually eat a universe, that's crazy. Also, Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, in the past, there's always been a correlation. When they come into our universe, might they bring Doctor Doom with them in some way, shape, or form? I have a sneaking suspicion that that may happen. I don't want to get into too much more theories and projections of it, but I had to come back and add this to the episode and talk about the fact that Kevin Feige has announced that this movie, The Fantastic Four First Steps, is not in the sacred timeline, much like Deadpool and Wolverine was not in the sacred timeline. So stay tuned, Marvel fans, to see what that means for the future here. How this plays out, we'll get to find out in about, 5 to 6 months. Very interesting, very exciting. Marvel trying to crank up the engagement, try to crank up that excitement all over again. So, interesting. But it's the first version of that generation, and this is like another generation. So I'm curious how they're going to weave some of these older generations into the newer generation. Is there going to be time travel involved in this now that we have Doctor Strange who can bring the Fantastic Four from the past into the future? I don't know. My brain has all kinds of theories that could go with where this property could go. This looks like it'll probably be contained, but also of a bit of a building piece. My brain just said John Leguizamo. That's not John Leguizamo. LOL. John Lithgow. Is that it? No, John Lithgow is the other guy, right? Wait. John Malkovich. Oh my gosh. John Leguizamo. John Lithgow. Nope. John Malkovich. Okay. Interesting to see him. I don't know right out of the gate who that is. I haven't done any research on it. So who is that? What is his stakes in all of this? I'm sure I could look it up and figure it out. And by the time this episode's up, I may have some new information for us. Interesting teaser. I liked it. I'm sold. I'm ready for more. When does this thing come out? July 25th. Boy, July is going to be a fun superhero month. Right. A little bit of room. I've thought about the trailer, the teaser a minute here. And a few points I would like to make. One, family. I love that this sets up Marvel family. The family aspect's there. Reed Richards saying that we have dinner every night, every Sunday at 7, no excuses. How many families have had that? I know when my kids were little, family dinners were the biggest deal to us. One, because everyone got to share around the table what's going on with their life. And, this teaser really sets up, in a simple way, family. We really don't get to see much of Sue and Johnny, in the sense of how much are they still siblings, or is that brother sister thing? Johnny does a little bit of flying, and we get to see, but not a whole lot outside of he might be a little eccentric, right? He's a teen, more or less, still kind of playing up to what we've seen in the past from Fantastic Four properties. When I think cast here, I have more association to the male members essentially of the Fantastic Four. Sue Storm, played by Vanessa Kirby. I don't know much about her or haven't seen her in much. I know she was in that, she's in a Fast and Furious movie. She's in some of the more recent Mission Impossible movies, but I'm not the biggest fan of Mission Impossible anymore. That series has just gotten too long in the tooth for me that it should be called Mission Possible because every single time they do the mission. That's not for this episode. I'm not going to complain about Mission Impossible here. I just don't know much about Vanessa Kirby. I like Pedro Pascal a lot. I'm a big fan of his. Joseph Quinn, who hasn't been, if you like Stranger Things, who's not a fan of Eddie? That's where he's kind of come into our hearts, and he seems like a perfect character, a perfect actor to bring in. That being said, Joseph Quinn in A Quiet Place, Day One or whatever it was called, holy moly, that took it to another level for me with him as an actor. Eben Moss-Bachrach playing the Thing, obviously know him better from The Bear. Also, great character on that show. So I'm excited with this cast and to see where it goes. I think, family looks, the concept, the setup of family looks great. The cast, I like right out of the gate. The other thing that I think is great is that we're doing retro. Who doesn't like a little nostalgia to go retro to the older generations that grew up with Fantastic Four? This may feel neat in the sense that it's going to have a 60s, 70s vibe. Where we're going to see an older New York. They're probably going to throw some Easter eggs at us with this older New York and, Stark's dad, all that type of stuff. We may even see Ant-Man in some sense, or a conversation with him. I'm curious, and who's to say they don't add more older characters that can be brought back out? One more thing when it comes to nostalgia or when it comes to retro look, how cool is it that they added those costumes? The Thing mask, the two kids with the Thing mask, looking them up, that reminds me immediately of the costumes that we all used to wear in the 70s. Like a trash bag with a plastic face, and it would just be like a trash bag of your costume, essentially. And then this plastic mask. Those perfectly matched that and really elicited that memory for me. And I'm sure there are a bunch more of you guys that had core memories just from that sweet little tease. So yeah, I'm excited about the future that this movie sets up, and it looks great. This is a fun teaser. What say you? How do you feel about this teaser? Are you excited? Does this minute and 30 get you going? How have you been over the last few Marvel movies? Are you tired of it? Where are you at? Does this hit the reset button for you? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks for watching this episode. I really appreciate you being here, tuning in, watching all the way to the end. It really helps the channel as you guys come on back, watch more episodes with us. I hope you enjoyed this Fantastic Four teaser trailer review or reaction. Like I said earlier in the episode, I'd love to hear what you think about this teaser trailer. What was your vibe on it? Are you hyped? And yeah, other than that, thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.